Hello and welcome back to Football Index Moneyball. Today I'm going to be doing the first in a series of monthly reviews. So basically I'm going to be each month looking back at the picks from the last month and beyond really. At the minute we're only going back to mid-August because that's when I started off with this, but it's going to give us a good chance to take a look overall at how the results have been going, and also in case you missed any of the players it could be a reminder to check them out. So this is my watch list. I've used my watch list purely to track the players that I've used in the pick of the day so far, so I can keep up to date with their prices. And I just actually hit a big milestone like 10 minutes ago, which was the £40,000 total portfolio value. I'm very close to rolling over into 2,000 dividends as well, so pretty good boost I've had from the birthday bonus. I'm going to go into the figures of the profit for the month and stuff like that a bit later as well. Before we get going, just a reminder, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, then you can search @IndexMoneyball to find me on there. I definitely am interested in hearing some comments on this one, considering that it's the first in series. If any of you have been following the picks, I'd like to know how you've been doing as well, which ones you got on and if they've been successful. So the way I'm going to try and work this series in future is I'm going to try and look at the period of the month prior to the month that just ended. So today being October 1st, my focus would usually be from August back. As there was only 2 pick of the day videos in August this time, I'm going to take a more general view for this particular video and look at the ones in September as well. I think with the birthday bonus, it's kind of accelerated the development of some of the players, so it does make it a little bit more worthwhile to look back at those anyway. But in future, I'll try and focus more on the prior months, because then you can see how the players developed over a decent period of time, and also the IPDs would have closed at that time, so you can see whether you got any of those IPDs and how that affects the overall profit. So here on the left I have a watch list which I've set up that purely monitors the pick of the days in order that I do them, and then on the right I have a tracker that tracks any IPDs, PB, MB and then the new prices to see what the average profit is for the picks that we've done so far. And there's a couple of interesting things. Today's the 2nd, so the Champions League games have finished, and Willian just came first in the media buzz and got another in-play dividend. And Willian is now the highest earning returner, so at 61.76% combined return from what the price was on the video. And it's quite interesting when you look at the actual views for each video. That was apart from the Sergio Gomez video, which is an 18-year-old player who's playing in the 2nd division of Spain, and people maybe don't have the interest in waiting that long for a player to develop, but for me he's making 27% already anyway, but a lot of people maybe weren't as interested in learning about him. But William was the 2nd least viewed video, and I think it is a bit of a trend that you can find some really good players when you look for older players as well as the young players who are going to explode onto the scene. You can find some really good profits. Sebastian Rudi's another one. He scored 1 goal, which is a 4% instant IPD return. He's been playing really well. He's actually the top rated player for Hoffenheim on FootMob. I think he's about 5th on Who Scored. But he's had a few good games. They've not played particularly well, but this is the first pick that I did, and I do think there's a good chance that he could return 100%. So the one pattern that you can notice is the players who've won IPDs tend to have returned a little bit more. One thing that I'm pretty pleased about is there's no losses on any of these players. That's one thing I focus on when I do my picks. I try and find players that are very low risk and in that they're undervalued in the first place. So for things to stay as they were, then they should just stay the same price or drop 1 or 2 pence. But as it happens, a lot of these players have been playing well, or they've got close to the dividends a couple of times, and those are the ones that have done really well. And then there's the odd player like Sergio Gomez, and just the awareness of the video maybe, and some other people who could be tracking him for Huesca. And then Patson Daka, that was another popular video, and that one came out I think the day that the deposit bonus was announced, or maybe it was Alphonso Davies. One of the two did, and they really shot up, so I think that was just a lucky coincidence. Some of the ones who haven't moved too much, Tom Davies, he had a run out in the Caribou Cup. He didn't actually play that well. Again, I think it's pretty low risk because I think he's priced as though he's not playing anyway, and that's the reason why we haven't seen a dip. Then we have Danny Da Costa, Maxi Gomez, Porto and Kangin Lee, and Hamed Traore. So Hamid Traore was only posted this week. He plays Friday the 3rd of October on a single game day. He's only scored 1 goal so far this season. I'd expect this player to go like a rocket once he starts scoring a few. He just looks like a really, really good player. So the final thing I just wanted to show you is the changes in the portfolio value, the deposits I've made this month, all the kind of statistics and figures behind it. If any of you caught the how I made 12k in my first year video, this is a table that you'll have seen before. So I've took the portfolio value, total investment, dividends and total profit from September, and I've brought that into the spreadsheet now. I'm going to keep doing that. And this is something that I'm really interested in because since I started the channel, I've actually been taking things a lot more seriously. I moved quite a bit of money out of stocks and shares this month. So I deposited an extra £4,151.70. Unfortunately, I only got about 1,800 of that in the deposit bonus. But to be fair, the rises from the birthday bonus were so big that the 10% extra, I probably was better off having it in there before they happened rather than depositing on the days that it was valid. So yeah, some of the interesting things is, for me anyway, the fact that the total profit, I've made an extra £4,642.31, and that's almost 40% of my total profit from the previous month. So I did think that having a bigger balance this year was going to really help me to try and increase my profit. And I'd say the other thing that I noticed is my annualized ROI, which a lot of people have asked how I calculate this. It's a fairly complicated process, but basically I just try and estimate how much of a deposit to apply to the total value. So for example, this month I put £4,151.70 and I only attributed £691.95 of it towards an annual amount of deposits, because obviously I've only had 1 month's growth from that, or not even a full month yet. But yeah, anyway, the fact that my annualized ROI I think went up from 135 to 149, so, and that's including all the other months. So that means that this month must have been way better than that figure even. So it'd be nice to, I said that my aim was to try and make 100% minimum over the year. In reality, I'd be really happy with anything over 50%, but since I know how fast the index is growing, I think that's my target for the year. So yeah, hopefully these numbers are of some interest to you. I'm definitely not just trying to rub it in anyone's face or anything, but for the people who are interested in the statistics and stuff, this is where I'm standing right now, and I'm going to be doing a review of this each month. So I think I'll leave it there for this first review. As this is the first video in the series, if you've got any comments or feedback on this, it'd be greatly appreciated. Anything that you'd like to see me include in the reviews, any questions you've got for the future, please let me know. Also, if you just thought this was pointless and I should not bother, let me know that as well. Again, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe. Also, if you know someone else who might like the video, then sharing with them would really help me out. There are links in the description for signing up to Football Index and Football Index Edge if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel for more strategy videos and the other picks of the day. Most picks are long-term holds with depressed prices for some reason or other, so often the picks can still offer the same value, if not better, a few weeks after. And the research methods and reasoning can help if you're new to the index and want to learn to analyse your own players. Thanks for watching, good luck on the index.